It's fair to say that, people just don't trust the Celtics. The Mavericks haven't done anything to make you trust them.
We sit here and act like players don't or diff solo squad better teams.
Speaking of the finals, the Vegas odds have been out going into these finals, and I personally had this tweet to bring up. It's just a discussion, to be honest with you. Going into this segment, I am going to preface that I am not saying the Celtics are underdogs. All right, I'm not saying that. Jeez Louise. Yeah, no one's pushing those. I'm not pushing that agenda. All right, we are favored. So I tweeted out, has there ever been a bigger discrepancy between the betting odds and who the masses think is going to win? I get that the Celtics are favorites, but I've seen so many people / analysts have the Mavericks winning. And the reason why I said this is because the odds going into the series is the Boston Celtics are a -225. And I believe in the modern era, that's like one of the top 5 most favored odds in terms of a winner. So it's relatively lopsided, actually. But I've also seen a lot of like analysts make their predictions these last 2 days. First Take, I believe like a bunch of ESPN writers. I think it was 18 of them. 9 said the Mavs were going to win. 8 said that the Celtics were going to win. And out of those 9, they had Luka having Finals MVP. 2 of them had Kyrie. And the guys who said the Celtics were going to win Finals MVP, they all had Jason Tatum winning Finals MVP. And I've also seen a bunch of polls from a bunch of different platforms outside of the polls that I've done, from like Whistle Sports, Bleacher Report, when they asked, who's the who do you got winning the series? Like a bunch of those people had the Mavs winning it. So, with that being said, question of the day: do y'all think the Celtics are not as favored as the sports betting odds make it seem?
I'll say this because I had this conversation earlier on PC with Mars. If you look at all basketball reasons, if you keep it just within the realms of basketball on the court, logic tells you that the Celtics should win this series. The reason why I won't, Mars didn't, none of the 8 people on stage picked the Celtics, is all the same reasons. Because fuck them. You can take every outside of basketball reason, all the narratives, all the biases and everything is why everyone is picking the Dallas Mavericks. There is not one person that's not a Mavericks fan or a Luka fan, stan, or a Kyrie stan. There's not something anyone can tell you outside of those group of people that's a legit reason why they have Dallas over the Celtics. It all boils down to fuck the Celtics. Tatum? Who really trusts Tatum? What? Tatum? That's really what it boils down to. It's propaganda and narratives. There is no logistical reason. That's why the betting odds will have the Celtics winning by a mile, but your timeline will be full of people saying, can't wait for Tatum to just chuck threes and miss. And that's
but is that not a basketball reason, though? Like, in terms of, like, it's not just pure hatred. It's like, I truly don't trust the Celtics team because over and over again, they've like failed at certain moments and shit like that.
And listen, I get that. It's fair to say that, people just don't trust the Celtics. The Mavericks haven't done anything to make you trust them. This is Luka's first time in the finals.
I didn't say that.
I said it. No. That's me saying this.
Okay.
The Mavericks, if y'all want to say y'all don't trust the Celtics, a team that has been to the finals, a team that's made multiple deep playoff runs, pushes, won multiple series. Hell, Tatum is on track to go down as second in all-time playoff points. He is a guy that performs in the playoffs relatively well, looking at his career. If y'all are going to say y'all don't trust him, realistically, like my bias glasses are off. If y'all are going to say y'all don't trust him, there is nothing about the Mavericks that are making y'all say, nah, nigga, I do trust them. Kyrie, before this run, y'all would have told me Kyrie, hey, man, in the playoffs, he usually drops. He's inconsistent in the playoffs. Remember when he was the number 1 on the Celtics? What was he doing? Like, Kyrie is wishy-washy. Y'all niggas didn't know shit about PJ Washington before he got there. Y'all niggas didn't know nothing about Daniel Gafford before he got there. Derrick Jones Jr. was a dunker. There's nothing about this team that screams. Derek Lively is a rookie. There's nothing about this team that screams, nah, I trust the Mavericks. They've done nothing to make you trust them more than the Celtics. You just like them more than the Celtics.
Oh my God. What? just 3 minutes of nonsense. There is one major reason why I trust them over the fucking Boston Celtics. That's because of my 6'8" Slovenian glorious king. What are we doing? What are we actually doing? And I get what the argument's going to be. Oh, well, that falls into Luka State. Hey, baloney. This has been this history of history and time of time. We've been talking about, hey, bro, conceptually, schematically, yeah, this team does have whoop, whoop, bang, bang, the depth, the coaching, all that shit. And the other guy has him. The other squad has him. Ultimately, bro, that is a major basketball reason. Luka Doncic being the best player on the court. Then that's one, too. I'm not going to let you belittle it. We just straight up disagree. If you don't trust the Boston Celtics down the stretch, if you don't trust the Boston Celtics to make big plays, you don't trust the Boston Celtics to make big plays. That ain't no
that's what I'm saying. I feel like that's an actual basketball reason.
You don't trust them to make valid plays. That's been proven time in and time out this postseason. A lot of people feel Indiana should have been up 2-1. And there's a legitimate argument for it if they themselves weren't major fuck-ups. Then another legitimate reason, Kyrie Irving's there. If we talk about proven players. So I don't see how there is no basketball reason as to why the Dallas Mavericks can't win. I think that even if you keep it ooga booga casual, Luka's the best goddamn player on the court, Luka and 4. And it's okay. I'm happy though. I'm happy this is the narrative that Twitter wants Dallas to win, but nobody thinks Dallas is gonna win. I wholeheartedly think Luka's sweeping. Y'all can have your laughing emojis, your points at me. Hey, don't say nothing when you're down, shit. No. I think Luka's going to sweep these niggas because he is the greatest player I've seen dribble. Now, if you don't think that, or if you think I'm lying, that's up to you.
The NBA playoffs are here, man. There's a lot of money to be made if you play daily fantasy sports. And if you want to get into the action, you guys can use Prize Picks, the sponsor of this podcast, our preferable way to play daily fantasy sports. We will show you how to play the game right now, and it is very, very simple. Just sign up for an account, download their app, go on their website, and make some picks. And if you really know ball, you can win some money. I'm going to go ahead and look down here. Kevin Durant, 36.5 points plus rebounds plus assists versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm sensing a big game from KD tonight, man. Hit more for me, please. And then Darius Garland has been letting me down all year, and it's just another day of the year. Hit less for me on the PRA as well for Darius Garland. Omar, you decide how much we put on the entry.
You got to risk it to get the biscuit. I'm going to put 210 on there. Make place entry.
And if you use code LKIB, PrizePicks will match 100% of your first deposit up to $100. Shout out to PrizePicks for sponsoring this video. Now let's get right back to the content.
Now, Souls, real quick before you go, the reason why I'm saying, oh, I don't trust the Celtics to just hit big shots and make plays is being a basketball reason. That is extreme feeling versus actual logistics of basketball, because this season we're talking about a team that is going down as one of the better. They have statistically been a historic team this year. And we're talking about a team that when it comes to, oh, I don't trust them to hit big shots, this is their best three-point shooting year. Like, this is one of the best three-point shooting seasons we've seen from a team ever as a collective. We've ever seen. So if there was ever a year to believe in their shooting, it would be this year. But if you don't believe in it this year, it's because you have a bias for someone more than the Celtics.
So you specifically, no bias goggles on, take these shits off. You actually have the Celtics winning.
Without any bias, without any, I don't want to get more rings than the Lakers. All that shit aside, logistically, it makes sense to pick the Celtics. All basketball, it will make matchups, lineups, coaching adjustments, everything will point to the Celtics winning. But if we are going to put emotion into it, if we're going to put what I want into it, what I prefer into it, then yes, I'm picking Dallas. I like Luka more. I like Kyrie more.
This is what I'm saying, though. I agree with you.
Basketball schematical reason to beating the Boston Celtics is absurdity. But
that's what I'm saying. I like, if that's you, that's you. But what I'm saying is there are genuine people who believe that they don't trust the Celtics because even in this season, their actual clutch time execution is not good enough. There are also people who believe the player with the best player, the team with the best player in the series is the team that's going to win. Whether you actually like that logic or not, that's still a basketball argument. So what I'm saying is there's like, in terms of the people who think Dallas is going to win, in terms of just an objective, not necessarily objective, but like who they think is going to win. There's the people who are just doing it to hate. There are the people who genuinely think, like Sage, that there are basketball reasons that the Dallas Mavericks can win, and then there are people that whatchamacallit, that have that bias. Whatchamacallit. I just had a brain fart, but I feel like you know where I was going with
addressed
that.
all three.
Yeah.
But so again, I would just say this, and this is just me. I would say for those people that are giving those reasons, I would just ask, who are they? Because if you're telling me it's a Maverick fan saying it, okay. If you're telling me it's somebody if it's a Pacer fan saying it, then I'm like, okay. If it's a nigga in a Luka jersey saying my glory is king, and he's trying to give you basketball reasons, I'm gonna say, okay, I hear you. It is basketball reasons. You're right, but there's no way you're telling me while you're sitting there in your freshly washed 70s. Oh wait, my frozen? Okay, that nigga Sage didn't move. I thought it was froze. There's no way you're telling me in your freshly washed 77 jersey that you're not giving me basketball reasons with a little bias in them. I'm sorry. I don't believe it. I just don't believe it.
I can say this, man. Look. Am I saying that I have zero bias in my take? Yes! Yes, I am. You took off the gold do-rag, and it was another gold do-rag, nigga. Yes, I am. When I look at the Dallas Mavericks, you want to know I think this is? Just like 2018. you remember 2018 LeBron? You know how deep the Pacers were, star talent, whoop, whoop, bang, bang. You want to know who won that series? Him.
The Pacers were.
You want to know Toronto, 60 wins, Dwayne Casey, Ibaka, DeFrozen. When I shoot, it goes in. You want to know who won?
No,
LeBron.
Said that.
the same Celtics.
The
Boston Celtics. JT, JB, Brad.
He was a rookie.
You know who won the game 7?
No, but don't bring that up, bro. They want to think Tatum was in his prime his rookie season.
He
So
was a rookie that year.
LeBron won again.
You're talking about the DeMar DeRozan that said, "Hey man, if we had LeBron, we would have won too." That's the nigga we're talking about. But you're talking about Vic. You're talking about Victor Oladipo.
What I'm getting at.
Porzingis not starting? My bad.
What I'm getting at, player, is we sit here and think two things. One, LeBron's actually better than Luka Doncic. And two, we sit here and act like players don't or diff solo squad better teams. And that's just where I'm going to leave that on. And that's all I'm going to say. We've seen it before. We've seen what happens when when a good squad runs into him, and it's like, damn, well, couldn't beat that guy. Y'all know what this is. I
just feel like this is a series where a lot of things are true. Number one, the Celtics are favored. Number two, it is still us against the world. Oh, good shit, Al.
We're watching this live on Playback for free.
It still is us against the world because not a lot of people believe us for non-basketball reasons.
Oh, that's true.
And yeah. It's still Celtics in 5. It's still Celtics in 5.
Well, he didn't have to lie, but yeah, I will say to close the segment out. Do I think that there are some people?
The Celtics still have the most to prove. My bad. That was my last.
Yeah, y'all do. But do I think that the Boston Celtics have unreasoned slander or hate towards them just because of Zibes or just because Luka's cooler? Do I believe that there's some salty Laker fans, salty fan bases out there that acting like they're low-key Dallas Mavericks fans to the point where we're shading the goddamn logo? Yes. There's bias against you guys. The Mavs are the cool team that people want to win. However, some of them niggas is phonies. I am newest, truest, and been loyal to this Luka shit as he makes another shot. Again on Playback for free. And as I said to close every clip from this point forward, Luka in 4.